Welcome back. After President Cyril Ramaphosa's directive on Friday, which calls for the full implementation of the Basic Education Laws Amendment Act, the Minister of Basic Education, Siviwe Gwahube, has outlined the next steps in the process. Gwahube confirmed that guidelines will be sent to public schools and provincial education departments by the end of January of 2025, detailing what's needed to be implemented in the BELA Act. Newzroom Afrika's Nasipisame filed this report.
After a 3-month consultation process, President Cyril Ramaphosa signed a proclamation on Friday, officially moving forward with the full implementation of the Basic Education Laws Amendment Act. Basic Education Minister Siviwe Gwahube confirmed that her department has been tasked with drafting norms and standards for the full execution of the Act. The new regulations are expected to provide legal clarity on various sections of the Act, including the provisions for admission and language, which have been the focal point of ongoing consultations.
But I also want to make this clear that guidelines and regulations in particular take time because of the public participation element of it. However, I have committed to moving with pace because I would like there to be legal clarity that is given to the sector as soon as possible. I want us to draw the line now in this matter so we can implement the bill that is supported by guidelines and regulation. Budgets and the pressure under which the department is under to roll out compulsory grade R, to look at including additional languages in schools to promote mother tongue. Yes, those things will take significant investment. And this is the case that I intend to make to the Minister of Finance, to say, since the President has commenced with this immediately, we are now under pressure to make sure that we can deliver compulsory grade R.
The department will send guidelines to public schools and provincial education departments by the end of January 2025.
I would like the regulations to be published for public comment by no later than 30th of June 2025. That then takes the process to the public participation part, and so of course I can't then determine how long that will take.
The BELA Act has faced opposition from various groups, including political parties and civil society organizations, calling for further revisions.
We are ready to receive any legal challenges. And I think it's also just important to say that if this matter is taken to court, that perhaps instead of it being the subject to political contestation, that perhaps the court is not a bad place for the determination of whether or not this law and this act meets legal muster.
For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Nasipisame in Parliament.
For more reaction on the BELA Act and its implementation, I'm now joined by Bongani Mpungose, who is the spokesperson of the Congress of South African Students. Bongani, thank you so much for your time and for joining us this evening. Now, we know that COSAS was very adamant that the President needed to put the BELA Act in play as it is. What's your reaction to him doing so?
Good evening to yourself and good evening to the viewers. As COSAS, we welcome the Basic Education Law Amendment Act. And this is a victory to education, as I could say. We are happy of the conclusion that the President has made by the implementation of the Act entirely. As COSAS, we can't allow the BELA Act to be diluted to something it's not. If so, then we would have betrayed the revolution. And on this, it's no retreat, it's no surrender. The BELA Act seeks to introduce various changes to improve and regulate the country's education system. This marks a remarkable breakthrough in the ongoing transformation of South Africa's school education system. Thank you.
So, Bongani, I mean, we heard that the minister said and emphasized that the act should not be used for political scoring and that she, as a minister, will implement this act. But she also goes on to say that though they are ready for any legal challenges that could come in, obviously anticipating those that were against the act may not necessarily retreat, as you say, no retreat, no surrender. But she also says maybe it's not such a bad thing that it does go to court and let the courts decide whether or not the act if it meets legal muster, so to speak. Do you believe that the minister will be able to implement the act in a way that you can be confident that she will?
I would say, as the bill is signed by the president, we hope that the minister implements the act with pace. We don't expect any further boycott from the minister, as she is a minister and should obey the instructions made by the president. The norms and standards is not something new. And with all that acts that are signed by the president, the department responsible should develop norms and standards for full implementation. COSAS has been frustrated by the delay of the implementation for 3 months, but we do understand that this delay was because of consultations made with other parties.
All right. So any last words that you would have for departments, SGBs that now need to go out and implement this act? And what will be the involvement of COSAS?
I would say we do have, as COSAS, we are facing a lot of problems. And one of those problems is that we have primaries in South Africa that are more than high schools and in the country. A big problem we have is infrastructure of schools, where infrastructure also plays a big role in dropouts. We would like that the government plays a big role in developing good infrastructure for schools and to encourage learners to attend schools fully and accept the infrastructure they are living in.
All right, Bongani, thank you so much for your time and just getting reaction there from COSAS as the BELA Act will be implemented in its full implementation. That's Bongani Mpungose, who is the spokesperson for COSAS.